Welcome back to another edition of the Friday 13th YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about a new EP that's coming out very shortly by a band called Images of Eden from the US. The EP is called Withered Torn and contains 5 songs. Originally formed back in 1998 by vocalist Gordon Titsworth, who met drummer Steve Dawson, bassist Eric Belvini, Dean Harris on keyboards and piano, and guitarist Carlos Ukidi. In 2001, Gordon would release his first record called Chapter 1. This record will only feature 2 members, Gordon, who would be handling the vocals, guitar, bass and keyboards, and a session drummer called Steve Killigan on drums. This would be a self-financed release, only to be followed by the second release, which was called Sunlight of the Spirit, which was released on Nightmare Records. This was released in 2006 and featured Gordon on vocals, bass and keyboards, also Dennis Mullen on guitar and keyboards, and drummer Matt Kaser. In 2010, the band released an EP which is entitled Tribal Scars. 2011, the band released their next album called Building the Ruins. This would feature Gordon Titsworth on vocals, rhythm guitar, bass guitar and keyboards. Also Dennis Mullen on guitar. We'd also have Dean Harris on keyboards and piano, and Chris Lukey on drums. In 2018, the band released their next album, which is called Soul Rise. This was when the band started to get more stronger, and the lineup they have now, pretty much. So we have Gordon Titsworth on vocals and rhythm guitar. We have Steve Dawson on drums. We have Carlos on guitar. We have Dean Harris and Eric Mullivan on bass guitar. So this is the current lineup they have now. 2021 would be the next release for this band. It would be called Angel Born. This was released on Pavement Entertainment. This new EP is also released on Pavement Records, and the band are about to go on tour around Europe with w.a.s.p. So if you're going to check them out in Europe, please do. They're a great band. They've come a long way since the first album. In 2021, the band released the Angel Born album. This was a fantastic album, and it also opened up the doorways for the band as the band went on tour supporting Yngwie Malmsteen in the USA. When I listen to this band's music, they kind of remind me of an American band called z.a.s.p. Some of you people out there may know this band. They're kind of a cool band from Texas. Also, a progressive rock metal band called Pavlov's Dog, who released a couple of albums on Nightmare Records. Now, another band that springs to mind when I listen to this band's music is a band called Seven Sign, who released 2 albums on Inside Out Records. Now, I have to say, Gordon's a really strong singer, and if you like people like Jeff Tate, Seven Sign singer, like I said, z.a.s.p, you're really going to enjoy this album. Great band, great vocalist, and really well worth checking out. Now, if you're going to go and see this band supporting w.a.s.p, you really need to check them out. They're a really good band, write some really good songs, melodic vocals, melodic music, a really good band to see. It's just a shame that the band that played in UK on this tour. Now, it's also good to know that the band's 4th album, which is Soul Rise, was produced by Bill Matoya. Now, Bill's done some fantastic albums for Metal Blade artists in the past, people like Lizzie Borden, Armored Saint and various other bands. It's good to know that the band have also supported Jeff Tate and also Striper, also Metal Church and Dora Pesh. So this 5-song EP, the songs contain Count to Zero, Survivor's Guilt, Withered and Torn, Consistent and The Dead Me. Now the opening song, Count to Zero, is a really heavy song. It's slightly different from what they've done in the past, but it's still Images of Eden style music. Now this EP is a little bit more heavier than they've done in the past. It's still Images of Eden. There's some really good songs here. I guess there could be some elements of Symphony X on this record, or maybe Nevermore for the guitar sound, especially for the debut song, Countdown to Zero, which is a heavy opening song for the EP. Now the second song, Survivor's Guilt, this kind of reminds me of Queensryche, what they're doing now with Todd La Torre on vocals. His vocals kind of remind me a bit of Todd, and this EP is really, really good. This song is actually really good as well. It's really well worth checking out. Now the third song, which is the title track, Withered and Torn, this kind of reminds me a little bit of Todd La Torre's solo album, the heaviness, the melodic parts, the fantastic vocals. This is a great song for the title track of the EP. Now the next song is called Coexistence. This is probably the heaviest song on the EP. You can see that the band are going for a heavier approach, but they've still got the elements of the progressive that they've had in the previous albums. Like I said, Gordon's vocals are fantastic, the music's heavy, yet melodic. And this song kind of reminds me of a band called Empires of Eden, and also Withenfall. Now the last song is called The Dead Me, as I explained earlier on. This is a little less heavier in speed-wise, but it's still got the heavy detuned guitar sound. So this EP is really, really good. Like I say, if you're going to go and check them out on the w.a.s.p tour, please do. They're certainly going to give w.a.s.p a run for the money. So I'm going to give this 4.5 out of 5. And if you've not heard the previous albums by the band, please check them out. So thanks for watching, Metalheads. Enjoy the review. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think of the EP. So be safe, and I'll speak to you all soon. Thanks for watching, Metalheads.